Welcome to Troll Headquarters. Today we're going to do a troll introduction to props. What props do I need at home to best support my yoga practice? We'll do our best to answer that question here. But let's breathe together first. As a yoga teacher, I use props sometimes to teach, sometimes to learn. Abductor, adductor. You can take his whole leg off to show people where muscles attach to bone, where to do self-massage, what kind of items work best. So in this video I will share a list of props and ways to use them, and then I will discuss space considerations. Just know this is not an exhaustive list. Also, someone had to make up the props in the first place, so just know you can make up your own. Use what you've got in a way that is compassionate to your own needs. As a teacher, I use props for imagining the breath and how your muscles and bones and connective tissues come together. And as a yoga instructor, I have found that home practice to be very beneficial to a lot of different practitioners, including myself. You can unhook from the worry and self-judgment that comes from performance anxiety and comparison. With home practice, there's a great possibility of deepening your self-feedback and finding ways to be a good friend and helpful student to your first teacher, your very own body. So here are some props that can be nice to have around. These tune-up fitness balls that I'm showing you in the video. Much can be learned about how you hold tension through self-massage. I will link to resources, YouTube resources below that will teach you about fascia mapping and release through fitness balls and other props. These can pile together to make a seat for meditation, lifting your hips above your knees for more comfort in seated positions. This is good in all seated positions. You can use blankets in forward folds and Baddha Konasana, which is when your 2 feet are together, soles of your feet together to touch and knees out wide, sometimes called butterfly posture. When you leave the blanket in a larger square, it can pad the joints or cushion the head. They can be spread on a mat to provide good sliding movement for when you go into half pigeon for hip stretches. They can also be used in place of blocks to add support or to lift to keep poses safe, comfortable, and gradual. Blocks give you a sturdier platform of support. So if you choose to buy blocks or have blocks at home, you can also use chairs instead of blocks. Walls can be used for your downward dog. Piles of books can be used instead of blocks. Or choose to do meditation and yoga from a chair. Chairs will provide a greater lift than blocks and can help in weight-bearing poses like down dog and plank so that you lessen the weight you put on your wrists. New yogis will discover that their wrists will build more capacity for weight-bearing if you wisely use props and come to weight-bearing gradually. This process is not to be rushed. Going into pain causes unnecessary inflammation and will require healing. So stay easy. The way you take care of yourself will shape the way you change and how long it takes. You can practice yoga anywhere. In fact, if you are breathing and paying attention to your breath, you are practicing yoga right now. But there are certain shortcuts to more satisfying and effective practice. Work with what you've got to develop the breath, develop the practice that will keep you engaged in the process of yoga, releasing tension through your breath. Wherever you unroll your mat can be your yoga home, but really start your yoga by choosing a spot for practice. As you imagine yourself doing yoga postures, tune in and think about what you will need. What kind of space? Is temperature a consideration? Floor surface? Privacy? Creating a space for practice is spiritual, as in intentionally considering what kind of mindset and location you will need in order to come back for more. Come to yoga by paying a little attention to how you will relate and where you will be. There is a certain romance and commitment to planning ahead, and then be self-compassionate with props. Choose ones that help you ease gradually into poses so you can enjoy spending this time with your tensions and releasing them on the mat. Below in the description you will find links to items at Amazon that I have mentioned in this video or showed you in this video. If you purchase any items through these links, I will receive a commission for sharing them with you. These are items that I have read reviews on and gathered together because of details that I like about these particular props. You can easily make do with items around your house. Like I said before, piles of books for blocks. Softballs can replace some of these tune-up fitness balls, tennis balls, racket balls, but stay away from balls that are too hard. Take it easy on yourself. Props will take care of you if you take care to use them mindfully. Please be creative and let them bring you joy. Another thing, please feel free to support your local brick and mortar store by shopping for these items locally. Then you get to touch them and feel them before you bring them home. There are many ways to support this channel. We appreciate you watching, subscribing, leaving a comment, or coming to a Zoom class. Please check out the link above, the link at the channel header above, and get the link. Do a little self-massage, starting do one side and then the other, but starting from the top of your collarbone and just kind of massage those attachment points of this top muscle. In our daily life, our chests come forward and we get tight there. And so